Del. It is really, it's an honor for, and kind of a remarkable situation that we've created with eTown, because I grew up, as Del did, being absolutely passionate about learning how to play music and getting better and getting in bands and I didn't even really imagine that it would last a long time, but sure enough, through a combination of touring and being in Hot Rise and, traveling, crossing paths with you guys all those years, but we did, get around my heroes and our elders, and we learned a lot from them. And of course, with eTown, all the Earl Scruggs and Doc Watts, all those people were on eTown, and I got a chance to interview them and spend time with them in a different context. But it's just great to have you here, Del. And again, we've known each other since your hair was dark.
Yeah.
And
I'm just remembering now, but I think the first time I met you guys was in North Carolina, there in the mountains.
Yeah.
Was it Fire on the Mountain?
Fire on the
Radio
Mountain.
or
Yeah.
television show? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're great. I thought, man, this is a great band,
Well, I'm glad you say that now.
Yeah. You still are.
You might have said it then, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if I did either then.
Listen, what I forgot to ask you about the last time we spoke, just a few minutes ago, was you have a new record, and the new record is the title comes from a song you wrote, and maybe tell me what that song is. Do you remember?
Song. Yes, it's wait a minute. This Kind of Life. I think it's
This Kind of Life. Yeah.
That's where the name of the song. That I guess, and I don't know who actually took that line from that record to put on the record, but
right.
It could have been Ronnie. He's pretty good at those things.
Ronnie's pretty good at that kind of thing. But I just want to ask you, because, again, you seem like the Del McCoury I've known for a long, long time. And you have a new record that just came out. You got a calendar full of dates. You're playing stuff. And is there anything that indicates that you're going to stop anytime soon, or you're going to keep going?
Maybe tonight.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
No, just kidding about that. No, I have no, I feel good yet, and I figure as long as I can sing reasonably on key,
yeah,
and can play in time with all these guys,
Well, I just want to say that the thing about playing bluegrass music is, it's a southern style of music, and it's a rural style of music that's suddenly spread, and now through people like Billy Strings and lots of others, it's become more popular.
Yeah.
But there is something kind of universal about bluegrass, and you represent so much of that, the tradition and the innovation. And in this time where people are kind of divided, I think you play a really important role in bringing people together, is my sense.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's true. I tell you, I like to talk to the folks in the audience, and of course I never talk politics with them, I think that's probably the wrong thing to do but music can bring folks together. I really believe that.
Yeah.
Now, years ago, I used to think, I wonder if people are going to like the song that I'm going to sing. Of course, I was young then, and I found out, and like in recording records, sometimes I'd record a song on a record that somebody brought to me, and I needed that song because I didn't have enough to fill out a record, and I'd sing it, but I didn't like it actually, and so when the record would come out, somebody come up and they'd say, you know what, I want to buy that record with that song on it.
Oh, wow.
So you see, people like variety.
Yeah.
They do, and
and your taste isn't always going to be the taste of your audience.
No, not really.
Yeah.
But on our shows we do requests from the audience, And,
Yeah. I mean, I remember years and years ago, 15 years ago, we had the Traveling McCourys on our show with Richard Thompson. And he had just he was just debuting that song, the 52 Vincent Black Lightning.
Yeah.
And it's become one of your most requested songs.
It has.
You've done it several times on eTown in the past, I know, and I thank you for that.
Yes.
But that's a great example of a song you've taken that's contemporary and you made it bluegrass.
You know, and I'll tell you about that song. A good friend of ours up in New England told Ronnie, I think it was, or he sent Ron a tape of that song. And Ron said, if I could just remember the guy's name, but I can't now. He's a musician, good singer, and all that, you know. But, you know, when you pass 85, a lot of names escapes. They go somewhere else, you know.
I'm going to be lucky to know my own name at 85. I'll tell you, I know that to be true.
But anyway, I heard, and so I said, you know, I really like that story, and wondered how we would do it, and we kind of feature the banjo on it, you know, and then we got Richard to sing it with us at our festival up there. Yeah. And we thought, you know, we just about have to do it in C, the key of C, and he recorded it in B flat. And so we asked him, do you think you could do it in C with us, you know? Let's try it. So it was either just before we went on or just before he went on. I don't remember now, but it was either his show or our show. And so he said, let's try it. So we practiced it for about 30 seconds, and he said, yeah, it'll work. So he didn't see.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, you mentioned Del Fest, and I think for our listeners, people probably know about it, but if they don't, you put on a great festival, and it's a lovely, diverse booking that represents your musical taste and your family's musical taste, and so much to find out about. But you can go to Del McCoury. Is your website delmccoury.com? What's the?
I think so.
Yeah. You could send Del a text, which he'll never open. Yeah. Well, listen, I don't want to take up any more time, but I just wanted to mention that you have a new record and that you got a full calendar, and Del Fest is cranking, and all kinds of good stuff happening. So thanks again. Let's get back to music, and welcome back, Del McCoury and his band.
Thank you. I love that guy right there. I tell you, I do. Right now, we're gonna feature Ronnie, and of course, we'll all play on this.